Hello BookTube, it's Louise the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you are well today and you're having a good day, filled with fun and frolics and delight. I'm here, it's the end of July, and I'm here with the end of July book haul. I have a gorgeous selection of books. Not gonna lie, I am so pleased with them. Of course I'm going to be pleased with them, they're my books. But I think they're going to be interesting for you as well. I think there'll be something there. There will be something in this stack that you will think, oh, I haven't heard about that. Or, I'd forgotten I've got that on my shelf, I must read it. I know, you can't wait now. You're going, Louise, stop banging the table and show me the books. So, the first one that I have is called Skin by Ilka Tamke. Oh, and I've got a bookmark which has just fallen out, which they sent me as well. It says happy reading. Ah, that's nice. So yes, this is a novel, a mesmerising novel, no less, of one woman's journey to protect the fate of her people. It is set in Celtic Britain, so it's pre-Roman, so it's the time before the lands were that we had the Roman invasion. Now, I love books, either fact or fiction, fiction or non-fiction, set in Celtic Britain, in pre-Roman Britain, because there is so little of it. There is so little, because it was such an oral society and community where stories were passed down, not necessarily written down, and we don't have the wealth of buildings and artefacts and literature that the Romans left. We negate this community, we negate this part of our history, and as though it wasn't there and it started. You know, what's interesting is the Roman Britain, and to me that's not true. Yes, it is fascinating, but the communities that were living here in this land beforehand were as fascinating, as rich, and so much connected to the land. I feel really passionate about it. I'm completely drawn to it, as you can tell. And I saw that this is a novel based in that time. I saw it last year when it came out. It was in large format, C format paperback. And I just thought, wow, I won't buy it then. But when I saw it come out in B format, I thought, oh, it has to be done. Has to be done. So yes, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. And if I like it, I'm hoping that I'll be able to give some other suggestions of books that you could read if you're into that time, that period, if you want to find out more about it, which I think it would be fascinating. So here we go. These are. I then went to the supermarket and I saw a book for my mum. And it was in a 2 for £7, so I got it. And then I gave it to her. I was like, oh, I bought you this book. And she went, oh, I've read it. You gave it to me last year because your mother-in-law gave it to you and you lent it to me. And I was like, oh, yes, I'd forgotten that. And it is The Murder Road by Stephen Booth. So I now have it in paperback. She didn't give me the hardback back, and I didn't read it because although I like Stephen Booth, these are police procedurals with Detective Inspector Ben Cooper set in the Peak District in England. They're modern day things. I'm not that keen on Stephen Booth, and I think it's because it's so connected with the Peak District and Derbyshire and Cheshire, and I don't know that area as well as the Lake District or Cornwall or Oxford or Cambridge. You know, the other series are set in specific places that I know very well, and somehow the writing doesn't sing for me in the same way. But I haven't read a Stephen Booth for many years, so I thought I shall give this one a go because I have it. And the other one, couldn't see another one for Mother, but I could see this for me. This is The Taming of the Queen by Philippa Gregory, and this is about Catherine Parr, which is the last of his Henry VIII's 6 wives. Oh, he had 6 wives, didn't he? And Catherine Parr was the one that survived him. Ooh. So I really like these. They're fictionalised accounts of history. This is the Tudor period. I've read most of her Tudor period and also the Cousins' War. Philippa Gregory wrote the Cousins' War. There's a really strong. She does a lovely strong emphasis on the female protagonist, on the queens, on the women in the story that are often forgotten about. So I really like Philippa Gregory, and I saw this recommended on a channel called Pamper and Curves, which I am an avid fan of, and I thought. She said, well, I don't normally recommend books, but I read this and I thought it was really good. And I thought, wow, crikey, I made a note. And then there I was in the supermarket and I thought, ka-ching, I remember. Then I have got this, The Goddess Pose by Michelle Goldberg. This is the audacious life of Indira Devi. Can you see that? The woman who helped bring yoga to the West. So I think we could probably argue the toss as to who brought yoga out of India. But it says, when Indira Devi was born in Russia in 1899, yoga was virtually unknown outside of India. By the time of her death in 2002, wow, it was being practiced everywhere. That's a long life, isn't it? Short book, long life, packed in there. I've seen some brilliant reviews of this, and I love yoga. I mean, I absolutely love yoga. I'm not very good at Ashtanga yoga. That's the stillness yoga where you have to hold the poses. Stillness doesn't really suit me. I'm too twitchy. And I need movement. But I like other forms of yoga, and I've practiced it on and off for years. I'm rubbish at it, let's be honest, but doesn't mean I don't like it. And I love reading about it. I love reading about its history and people's passion for it. People get so passionate. I mean, it becomes more than an exercise, doesn't it? It becomes like a life force in people's lives. And I just love reading about that kind of stuff. So, look at it as well. That's a great spine, isn't it? Have a look at the book underneath. I don't think it's anything exciting. Oh no, nice, just a nice blue book. But yeah, really pleased with that. So it was on Amazon Marketplace reduced. So we'll give that a go. Here I have Foxlow by Eleanor Wassenberg. I think a lot of people are reading this at the moment. I think it's really caught off on BookTube. It's about cults, or it's about a cult. It's a fiction book, but it's a cult. It's We Were the Family and Foxlow Was Our Home. It's fairly big writing. It's a shortish book, 270 pages odd, so I think it's going to be a real quickie. Some people have loved it, other people not so much, but I think the consensus is pretty good. But I like a good book about cults, and I absolutely love that cover, except this bit here with a quote. No. Gorgeous. No. Stop doing that. But yeah, I saw that reduced in Heifers in Cambridge. Not by much, but it was reduced, and I thought, oh, let's have it. So then, my last two books, I got Among Others by Jo Walton, which is a Hugo Award winner and the Nebula Award winner. Pretty fancy. She seems a bit of a Marmite author, Jo Walton. She's either loved, and you really love her, or not so keen. And I know that, is it The Just City? Is that one of, that's her, isn't it? And some people love it and some people don't. But I saw this on somebody's channel way back when. I do not know. I've been sat here before I was filming trying to work out whose channel it was, and I have to give up on that one. I don't know. And they mentioned it, and I remember thinking at the time, oh, that sounds really good. And so I put it on my wish list, I mean, yonks ago. And then we were in Forbidden Planet in Cambridge, which we've only just found, Benedict and I and the husband were there today, and I saw it and they had this, and I just thought, I haven't actually been able to find it, to have a look at it and see it and feel it, and I saw it today and I thought, oh, gotta be done. And then there was this quote on the back, and I just thought, right, it doesn't matter, I have books, new books, and I can bear anything as long as there are books. Yes, oh sorry, excuse me, something's just come through. So yeah, I just thought it was really good. So it's a lovely story, unlike anything I've ever read before, magical, touching, and gently magical. Sounds good, I think. And then the last one I got from Charity Bookshop, because the husband was looking at T-shirts in Forbidden Planet, and Benedict was stood there doing Pokemon Go, which we love. And so I said, could you just stand there for 2 seconds and I will go into the charity shop next door, just to have a look if they've got any books. And I found this. I found a brand new copy of James S. A. Corey even, Leviathan Wakes. And it says it's as close as you'll get to a Hollywood blockbuster in book form, and it just looked brilliant. And I've seen it on quite a few people's channels, and it says it's kind of kick-ass space opera. And I just thought, oh, and you know, got a bit of a holiday coming up. I thought, yeah, you agree with me? I think that looks good holiday book, don't you? I can see myself. I can see myself reading that. Yeah, okay. So there we go. That was like £1.50. Brand new. £1.50. Oh, come to mama, I said. So there we go. What a good collection. What a good collection. So I have kind of, you know, non-fiction yoga books, and then I've got kind of books about fiction about cult. I've got Celtic history, I've got a murder mystery, I've got Tudor history, I've got a magical, I've got sci-fi. I mean, I have got such a good range. You know, I can cope with your jealousy. I can cope with your envy for this. I am so excited about some of these books. I mean, I won't get to them straight away, but definitely holiday. And I think, yeah, you're reading me, aren't you? So there we go. As you can tell, I'm thrilled. And I had to come and show you them straight away, really. So yeah, there we go. How are you? Are you well? Are you having a good day? I hope so. I hope so. All my love to you. And let's do this again. Bye.